Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daphne and I am here today on September the 3rd of 2025 to go over all of my cross-stitch progress. This one might be a longer video. It has been a few months. Life has been crazy. So we've got quite a bit of stitching to show you, and we've got some haul to show, and we also have some Black Needle Society, the Camp Black Needle information that we'll go over as well. So these projects are just in no order, just random. If I remember when I worked on them, I will let you know. If not, I'm sorry. This one is I believe my biggest piece, and that is the Heaven and Earth Designs Supersized Max Color Deer Creek by Donna Gelsinger. This was a Whipco piece for June or July, I can't remember which one. But it was a Whipco piece. This is 28 count. Yes, 32, sorry. This is 32 count. 10 stitch, 2 over 1 10 stitch. So here is where we got to. I got the page finish. So I can either go over here, work on this page and go across, or I can work on this page and come down. Haven't decided yet which I'm going to do. But here is the design. That's just the top corner. It'll take a very long time to get it completely finished, and we will go from there when we work on this one again. I'm not sure when it's gonna be, but it will be again. Put that in there. Put it up there. Next up is Sunflowers by Marianne Broom. This one is a focus this month. Not a focus, but I'm going to work on it every day this month. And in one of the Facebook groups, Nicola, Simply a Stitcher, excuse me, she is doing September is Sunflower September. So any way you can tie sunflowers. Sunflowers, yellow, pattern with an at, whatever it may be. So this is the one I chose. And this has gotten 2 days of progress already. But this is where we are currently just working on filling in the top up here of this page. I don't know if I'll go across or if I'll just stick with the page. And I'm not worried about that. That'll get covered up. So there's that. This is 28, I believe. Excuse me. So there's that one. Up next is one of my Whipco pieces for September. I haven't worked on it yet, but it is a Whipco piece. This is Library of Dogs. This is 32 1/1 full cross, and this is where it will start from. And it will get 5 days in the middle of the month. And ouch. Do I have the bag? Yes, I do. In another group, this month they're doing ABC Singo, and that is, you're picking pieces that fit within like the alphabet A, B, etc., and then you also hit numbers this time around. So I chose to work on my sampler, the 3 Things sampler by more Blackburn. And this one will get 100 stitches every day, or the number of motifs. Like for tonight on, we'll get 5 motifs, and a letter in a word is considered 1 motif. So I will do that. And this has gotten 200 stitches already. So this is where it is currently. So I'll move the snap over to get the letters that are in here that I'm working on. So I'll move the snap over to when I work on this for that. If I work on it tonight, we will see. So there's that one. Up next, this one is Winter Bonfire Nights. This is where I used this one for the challenge, or the stitch along in Simply a Stitcher. And this is the Winter Nights, along those lines. 32 count, I believe this is 32 or 28. 1/1 full cross. I believe it's 32 because they're really tiny, and it's a linen. So this was for August in that Nicola's group, and I started up in here. So I do 20 wide diagonals now. I switched from 10 to 20s. So these are the threads that are currently being worked, and then I just end them. I don't travel because it's so tiny. It was getting thick. I didn't want it to get too thick. So there is Winter Bonfire Nights. And up next is the Haid 2025 Sal. And this is where we are. As you can see, I finished the quarter 2. And this is quarter 3 that I'm working on. So page 1 of quarter 3 is done, except for very few stitches down here. And there is only 2 lines of stitches left for quarter 4, which we will get in October. And this is the second page for quarter 3. And his eye is over here. I'll be starting to get into the nose and his mouth. So there is the Heaven and Earth Design Sal. And this one here, this is a new start. This is the Carolyn Manning Garden Trellis Sal. So this is the September section. This is the August section right here. This was a new start. I started this at Camp Black Needle. I did not get August finished, which is fine. I got it, I think I'm like 60% complete with August. And then I started just right in with September. So that's what I'll do, is if I don't get the section finished in the month, I will just continue working and I'll go right to the next month. And this is 32 count Miss Jubilee fabric of the month for July, I believe it's July 2025 from Millennial Fabrics. So there is this one. This is the one currently that I'm working on during the day this week. And up next is my big one. This is all of the Frogworts banners, charts, sampler banners. So far 1 through 6. I have started 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I have not got started on number 3 yet. And it takes, I just have it on the full yard of 32 count Jobel and Ivory. Because I didn't know how long it would be. So that is the end of year 6. So it takes more than half of this fabric. let me just fold this up. So, I know you can see through it, but it's the best I can do right now with what I've got. Let me fold it this way a little bit. There we go. So there is year 1, year 2, and I've got a little bit over here. Like I said, year 3 has not been started yet. And let's fold this in half this way now. I'll go this way. This is year 4, year 5, and year 6. And year 6, what is on here is what I got done, minus some of this wasn't done. But what I got done within the Frogwarts retreat, the online Frogwarts retreat. So there is Frogwarts. Oh, all the years all together. I'll just stick that in there and I will put that back together later. And I also worked a little bit on the 4th of July, on 4th of July rules. This is on 32 count, the called for 32 count, which is, let me find it, hang on one second. 32 count light taupe, but they stitched over 2 and I'm stitching over 1. So it's really small. Really small. That's where it is. I worked on some of this section down here. And that is right here. So that's the 3rd one of 6. So we are technically almost halfway finished. But yeah, it's really, really, really tiny. Tiny, tiny. And this, before I started doing my full coverages on 32, sorry, I'm trying to get myself out of the sun. This was the first piece that I had done 32 over 1. So there is that one. And then this is all stuff from camp. This one here, let's see, what is in this one? This one is, okay, this one was Christmas in July with Nicola's group again, Simply a Stitcher. And this was the Christmas, it was a freebie for a while, or retired chart on Hey, or it's retired now. It was a chart on Hey Christmas Village, I believe. So I'm working down this way, down the pages this way. There's the Nutcracker here, some houses coming in. 28 1 over 1 full cross. So we're slowly, if I can get it to fold back up again, slowly getting there on them, which is fine. It's just progress. That goes with camp stuff. And I also did a little bit on the Silver Creek samplers. This was in the Nice List box last year. And I'm using the called for flosses that came with it, the called for fabric that came with it, which is cornflower, doing this 18 count. Doing everything is called for except for when I get to the dog. I will be changing the dog to make it look like my dad's dog. So here is where we got to. Finished out Santa. I just have to finish his boots. And I want to say maybe I finished the words here. I'm not quite sure. I know I worked on Santa quite a bit. I think is his foot done? No, his foot is not done here. I still have more black to do on this foot. But we are getting there. It will be neat to see what patterns they put in the box this year for the nice list box. I have that one coming. I've got a couple coming this year for nice list boxes. And I didn't work on this, but I grabbed this for last year. This was last year's camp for the snail pattern that I was going to do all the snails from camp, but I didn't get this year's snail done on it, so I will put that on there this time. And so we've seen this. This is the the July bi-monthly subscription box. And I believe that is all the patterns that I have worked on this month, or since the last video that I know of. I didn't bring the Game of Thrones. I forgot it, but I will insert some, if I remember to insert some clips. I'll insert some clips of that. So now we're going to move on to haul and black needle. So this year's camp theme was murder mystery, so this was on everybody's place setting at the tables. I actually have a bag. They did another mystery box with this as their bag. So we have this was at your place, and this is the bag, the back of the bag for our pattern, and this is the front of the bag, and this section here in the middle is the actual pattern. But then a lot of people wanted the borders, so she made the borders available for us at camp. So this is the full kit. So here's the snail that I'll be putting on the other piece of fabric. Sherlock snail. And he is on 32 count linen, one more reproduction. And we got the flosses for the patterns. This was part of our swag bag from the camp, a magnifying glass, monocle style magnifying glass. So here is the Murder in a Quaint English Village. Gentle Art sampler threads. So we've got all those threads, and then this is the fabric, one more reproduction, 32 count Lugana, 1/8 of a yard. I do remember her saying that this wasn't going to fit if you did the whole borders over 2. So we may do this one over 1. We'll see. And then this was the needle minder. Take it out of the bag. So there's the, don't focus on me. There's the needle minder. And put all this stuff back so it doesn't get lost. And then we were also gifted you can either use this for like your tablet or a book or a pattern. But it's your book sleeve, mystery, murdered, clue style theme. And we also received a printed copy of the schedule for the weekend. And some of this stuff is crinkled up. There is a little notebook with just blank lines, lined paper. We also were allowed, there was a bone pen, bone pen, and we were also allowed to take one book. The lady that was standing in front of me or beside me at one point, she's like, you can take my book. So I ended up with 2 of their books. So Agatha Christie, Miss Marple, the complete short stories. And we've got Agatha Christie, Miss Marple's Mysteries in the Body in the Library. So everyone got 1, I got 2 because the lady didn't want hers. And then this was the bag that all our swag came in for camp. And I didn't do any full attendee gifts this year. I just didn't have the time. The only thing I did was table mate gifts, which was just a little scissor fob slash needle, scissor fob slash book zipper pull. And then in here, this is some table mate gifts plus random gifts. So here is, I just attached a hair tie to mine so I could have hair tie. So here is my name tag and my badge number, which you needed to know throughout camp. There is a happy stitching. May this tool help you pick up those exclusive dropped needles. So it's just a piece of like the rubber shelf liner, and then a piece of fabric, so you can just grab your needles. And in this bag, this was a table mate gift. This was one, and this is the needle minders, or the zipper pulls the zipper pull that I did, if it will turn around. I just put camp, and then I put some beads on it with a clip. This was one from one of the ladies at our table this year, and you've got some floss cards, and you've got a seam ripper, and then on this side you've got a needle threader, but you can't see it. It's very tiny. And then we couldn't figure out what this thing was for. That was in bags. So that was one table mate gift. Some other stuff that we got was another, this was a needle minder. And this is Cece and her doggy Pumpkin. And there is Pearl, Pink Pearl, her little kitty, all dressed in their Sherlock Holmes stuff. And this one, you could use this as a floss card or floss drop. I just stuck it on here as a decoration. Charms. And a counting pin. From another lovely lady. And there's a bookmark. We got a pair of purple scissors. And we've got traveling scissors that fold with a scissor bling X Stitch Convention, Kansas City 2025. And what else have we got here? We've got some more floss cards and the knife charm. We've got a purple flower needle minder. Stick that on here. So I just put all the needle minders in one spot so I can put them all away. And then we get this little bag of goodies. Lifesavers, mini file, the little eyebrow brush to clean your little frogging, lip balm. So that was pretty neat. And then this one here is a needle threader with a little ghost. He's kind of cute. And then we got a dinosaur pen. And someone took the Clue board game cards and made them into needle floss drops. And we've got a pumpkin, not a pumpkin, sorry, a pineapple. We also have another pair of scissors with a skull, skull and bat scissor charm. Another purple pair. Just good because I like purple. And we got another needle minder here. We've got a sticker. And we've got another nail file. And then this was another table gift, the finishing board for one of the round finisher patterns, and the fabric that you can use to finish on, and some lace. White heart rayon is the one that this is. So those are some of the table gifts and miscellaneous attendee gifts as well. Put all this back in here so I don't lose any of it. Overall, it was a good weekend. There were a couple issues with the hotel, but it is what it is, I guess. And let's see, what else do we got? Alright, so we've got some stuff from the freebie table. Oh, this is the Game of Thrones where it was when I left to go to camp, before camp. Well, the last time I took it out of the frame. I took that picture with me. We did a game, what's in your bag? So you had to find things on this list. I grabbed this pattern book, Garden of Hearts, or the Gardens of the Heart. I really, liked this one here. And there's a couple more on the back. And I also grabbed Santa's Alphabet. I have quilts that you can stitch on that I might see if these will fit on. Not sure what size they used to do them, but we will take a look and we'll figure that out. But I grabbed that one. These are all from the freebie table. And this is some more freebie stuff that I grabbed. I grabbed JBW Designs Floral Alphabet 2, and it actually comes with the buttons that are on it. So in there are buttons. So they come with the buttons. This was on the table, Strawberries and Cream, Meridian Designs. And that was really cute. And this one I can't show because it is just a paper pattern. It's the U.S. Marines Corps emblem to make for my husband. And this was on the freebie table as well. A 1/16 of a yard, a 32 count espresso. So it's a brownie color of fabric. And this one here, Spring Tea Time cross stitch pattern, the Fat Quarter Shop. And this was on the freebie table and it was actually started. So we will just finish it out. And this I grabbed for one of my nieces, my niece that cross stitches, because it has the Why Gods Made Little Boys and Why God Made Little Girls, because she actually has a little girl and a little boy. So that will go to her. And I grabbed this one for my sister, because she has grandchildren, so she can put their names in there if she would like. And then I grabbed a piece of waste fabric, which I need to take tomorrow. Put that back there. And this one here is the United States Marine Corps, just different patterns from them, but there's no pictures. There's the eagle on the cover, the emblem, the first Marine Division patch, second Marine patch, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and the Army Wing patch, Summa Fidelis, Officer Assemble, Enlisted Ensemble, Miniature Globe and Anchor, Woman Marine Hat, Marine Figure in Dress Blues, Woman Figure in Dress Greens, Chesty, USMC Mascot, the Few, the Proud, and then the Alphabet. So there's all those different patterns in here. I grabbed it again for my husband. And then I grabbed this one here. And I believe this is the, just double checking. Yeah, this is the whole pattern in this sleeve, Tiny Modernist Christmas Stitch Along. So that is some more of the things off the freebie table. And here's some more, one of the bags. There was just a couple left over on the table, on the freebie table, so I grabbed another bag. It was a little bag of 3 pieces, 6x6, 22 count hard hanger would be perfect for a little small or an ornament, so I grabbed that. And then Stony Creek, we've got Snowman, Joyful Snowman, and this was from, is there a date on it? 2020. So there's the snowman. We have Snowman in a Pocket, and this one was 2013, Stony Creek. And this is My Winter Blues by Sneaky Brand Designs. And I've never heard of this brand. This one is this company before. Thought it was cute with the reindeer and the snowman and the fox, or the moose and the fox and the snowman. I received my September mini cottage from Millennial Fabrics, and I bought, I think, or it was on the freebie, I don't remember. No, this one I got from them, I think. I don't think I had St. Patrick's Day. And this was a game that we were playing at camp. And here's some more just random sized pieces of fabric. I'm not sure what color, what size, sorry. Color I know is black. I'm just not sure what size it is. Like count size. And here's some more little pieces of white that'd be good for ornaments. And this is 18 count, 6x6, three pieces, and 18 count in black. 3 pieces, 6x6, and another one in black, 3 pieces. And then we've got some 14 count, 6x6, another 18, another 36, 22, and another 22 count hard hanger. So I grabbed those. It'd be great for ornaments. Here is another floss cards that people were passing out as attendee gifts. There's another one of the bags. And somebody was handing out cork coasters. as a attendee gift. And I believe this was another gift. Says, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Dumpster fire logo sign from 2020. And these were just stickers. So I just grabbed a bunch. Evidence, the camp, the Black Needle Society, Camp BNS Murder Mystery, the date and the meeting, the location. And one of the girls at our table won one of the door prizes, and she didn't want this, so I grabbed it from her. She was offering it, or she was going to put it on the freebie table. So it is Happy Groundhog's Day. Put that in with the patterns. So I got to log all these too. And this was our make and take. I didn't put the label on it, but this just a jar. You can put whatever you want on your label. This was another table mate gift. Lovely little bag. It had candy in it, but I ate it all. It's a needle threader. One of the little ones. A pair of scissors somebody was handing out. And another girl had an F-bomb. I just need to get another needle minder magnet for the back, which I have. And we've got a turtle, which needs another needle on the back, another magnet on the back. And the 805 stitcher, we've got some 2025 charms for finishing. And there was a lovely lady that was giving out was giving grime guards for everybody. She'd made grime guards for everyone. So I grabbed a purple one. Well, the purple one was grabbed for me, I should say. And that's it. This I will go over in another video, another unboxing video. So we've got all that. And now we will go over stuff that I bought. I forgot I bought a bag and it's in the house, but that's okay. One of the vendors had the crafting magic. She had Harry Potter, and the sorting hat actually, it spins around, which is really cool. So we'll put that over there. And she gave a couple stickers as well. So a snail and always lazy. Stick that there. And I bought from Millennial Fabrics the Tail End Weavers. And I bought 28 ballpoint needles, 26 and 28s. The 28s are in a pack, a thing already. And I bought another piece of Sparrow 40 count linen that I need for my houses. I need one more piece of Sparrow for my houses. So that's that. And then in here we have, I've been waiting patiently. This was the July quarterly project bag. They do different ones. Monthly, quarterly, traditional style, envelope style, and vinyl front. And I got the traditional, so here is this. And this will hold a 4th of July or Americana piece, which will probably be the big one from the other big piece that I have. And she threw in extra stuff for me for June. But this is the Classic Colorworks threads that I'm part of her thread club. So there's Deep Blue Sea. We have Finley Gold. We've got Wasabi. We've got Caramel and Chili Pepper. So that's June. I gotta go through all these and get them put away, cataloged, put away, the whole 9 yards. And they threw in, because there was a mistake, not a mistake, just a mishap in the fabric for June. So she threw in some extra stuff. So we've got Gentle Arts, we've got Aged Pewter, we've got Burnt Orange, we've got Bluebell, we've got Faded Rose, and we've got Dried Thyme. So there's all of those that I've got to do the same thing, catalog them and put them away now. And then she also threw in Threadworks thread pack, and I don't think I've ever used Threadworks regular threads. 10020. We've got 1028. We've got 1017 blues and pink, light purples. And we've got 10061. And we've got 1110. And these are about 20 yards, which is that's a good amount of thread there. So there's all that from June. That needs to be cataloged and taken care of. And then just putting some of this stuff back. We have this just came today. There is multiple things in this bag. So first we've got, I should say that if you, for some reason, have not received your July Fabric of the Month from Millennial Fabrics and you're in the Classic Colorworks Thread Pack Club, you may want to skip ahead a little bit. There will be spoilers. I'm not sure if everybody's received them. This is July. You should receive July already because we're now in August. But this will be July and then there will be August, so there will be spoilers. So July, we've got Pickled Beets. We've got Petite Mission. We've got Pebble Beach. We've got Ginger Snap. And we've got Tomatillo. So there is the July pack. And the July fabric was the, I believe, let me double check before I misspeak. No, that was the June fabric of the month. And this is the July fabric of the month, Grayson. So it's like a blue-gray. It's going to show gray out here, but it's a bluey gray. And I get it in 40 count. I'll probably change the count size that I do next year, because I'll have 12 fabrics. Pieces of fabric for 40 count. And I also asked for an extra piece. If she had any in 18 count, the Miss Myrtle for June's fabric of the month. So she actually had an extra piece. So that I can put the new Black Needle Society charity stitch along on it, because I have them on 18 count, so I want to keep them on the same size. So we've got that. I also received today the October mini cottage, mini village, mini cottage, and now This is the August fabric and floss, from the fabric from Millennial Fabrics and the floss from not Gentle Arts. What is it? Classic Colorworks. So if you have not received them, this is the time that you may want to just skip ahead a little bit, if you want to be surprised. So here we have Sassy Brass, Bamboo, which is white. We've got Persimmon. We've got Bella Rosa, and Shabby Sheep. So there's those. And then we have just looking around. Mother Nature. These literally just came in the mail today. So it's like a green. Just gonna show you browns, but it is a green. And I get the 40 count, so it shows a little different. Acorns falling on the roof. And then last but not least, we have another fun little package in here. And let me put these away and I'll tell you about that fun package. More acorns falling from the roof. That's the time of the year. Out here, at least. So this package is from Mo Sales, and we have some of her silks in here. Very soft. Very, very soft. So if you ever want to try silks, go for these ones. Very soft. Very, very soft. So this one here she has named, and let me see, gonna give you guys a quiz, see if you guys can figure out what her theming was for these ones. So we've got Flying Monkey, which is purples, all kinds of different purples, and hers, these are 17.4 yards, 100% silk. So like I said, Flying Monkey. We've got Mr. Dillamont, browns down on the end and greens up at the top here. We've got Nessa Rose. We've got some greens, bluey greens. We've got Alphabeta. I know who she is, I just can't pronounce her name. We've got some greens. And last but not least, we have Glenda in the pinks. So what do you guys think? What was her theme for these ones? If you want to try these out, there are links. Her link will be in the description below. Great product. Just wanted to give you guys a little more information on Mo Sales. I realized that there wasn't much information in the video that I did, so this will be inserted in. Mo Sales, she is a small business. She runs a little bit on Etsy, she does on Facebook. So she does sales in her Facebook group that she'll run each week, and then occasionally she'll do grab bags. Some of them will be mysteries, some will be, you know, certain sizes and certain colors. So if this is something that you really want to look into, please join her Facebook group, and the link will be down below. And I hope everybody does take a peek at what she has to offer. Have a good day. And I need to find a project to work on these, maybe something that is a monochrome. So if you have any suggestions for monochrome that will fit with less than 17 yards, let me know. So with that, before I get eaten alive from all these bugs, I will say have a great week, have a great month, And I will see everybody again in October. Camp was great. They said the only problems we had was just a couple little issues with the hotel. But other than that, it was fine. And I will be going again next year. And I have also signed up for a second retreat next year. That will be the weekend right after Black Needle. So I will be over here in the central-ish part of the States, the United States, in Missouri, the end of July, very beginning of August, and then I'm going across over to Virginia for Millennial Fabrics' very first retreat. I will be attending their second weekend, because most likely it looks like their first weekend will be the same as the Black Needle Society retreat. So we're going to do both those next year, which will be fun. So I hope everybody has, like I said, has a great week, has a great month, and I'll see you guys again in October. Bye everyone.